Welcome to our channel, where pocket change turns into pure gold, sometimes literally. Today, we're uncovering some of the most valuable Roosevelt dimes ever discovered, coins that might be hiding in your jar of spare change right now. You won't believe how much these tiny pieces of history are actually worth. You ever stop and think about the coins in your pocket? Those small pieces of metal you barely notice every day. What if I told you that one of those coins, a dime you might have forgotten about, could actually be worth a small fortune? Today, we're zeroing in on one particular coin that seems ordinary but is anything but, the 1983 D Roosevelt dime. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this dime has captured the attention of collectors and could change the way you look at your spare change forever. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency for decades, featuring the determined face of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd president who inspired millions with his strength and perseverance. But despite its familiar design, the 1983 D Roosevelt dime holds secrets that make it stand out in a big way. 1983 was a busy year for the Denver Mint. Millions of dimes were struck and sent out into circulation. So, on the surface, it seems like the 1983 D dime is just another everyday coin. But if you look closer, there's a story of rarity and quality hiding beneath the surface. The key to understanding this dime's significance lies in its condition. Most coins from that era show signs of wear, whether it's scratches, dulling, or softened edges from years of handling. But a very small number of these dimes have survived in what collectors call mint state. That's coins speak for flawless condition, as if the dime was just made yesterday. Imagine holding a coin with razor-sharp details, Roosevelt's hair perfectly defined, the torch on the back crisp and clear, the lettering sharp and legible. These details are what separate a common dime from one that's highly prized. The 1983 D dime is one of those rare coins that, when preserved in this perfect state, tells a story of exceptional craftsmanship and lucky survival. But there's more. Some 1983 D Roosevelt dimes feature subtle differences, tiny variations in the minting process that make certain coins stand out. These nuances might be nearly invisible to the casual eye but are worth serious money to collectors who know what to look for. It's these nuances combined with flawless condition that make the 1983 D dime so special. And here's the exciting part, despite its humble appearance and relatively recent minting, some of these dimes have skyrocketed in value. You see, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. A coin's worth isn't just based on its metal content or its face value, it's about rarity, condition, and the stories coins carry with them. And in the case of the 1983 D Roosevelt dime, the perfect storm of these factors has created something truly extraordinary. This coin isn't just a collectible, it's a piece of history frozen in time. Every scratch-free surface and every finely etched detail is a testament to a moment captured decades ago. And those moments are rare. So rare that they are fiercely sought after by collectors who understand just how unique these pieces are. The demand for these flawless 1983 D Roosevelt dimes has grown steadily, fueled by passionate collectors who recognize the blend of history, rarity, and beauty packed into something so small. Some have traveled across the country, changing hands with stories as fascinating as the coin itself. Beyond just its physical beauty, this dime carries the legacy of a president who led America through challenging times, and that adds an emotional value that collectors deeply appreciate. It's not just about the metal, it's about the story behind the coin, the spirit it represents. Coins like these often spark a deeper connection for collectors, a connection to history, to art, and even to chance. Each minting is a moment in time, and the rarity of these perfect coins turns them into cherished treasures. Now, think about this, many people overlook the coins they toss in jars or leave in drawers, never realizing they might be holding something exceptional. That's the magic of coin collecting, it rewards those who pay attention to the little details. So, what does that mean for you, the person who might be holding one of these dimes right now? It means your dime could be worth a staggering $74,000. Yes, $74,000 for a dime minted in 1983. This isn't just a number pulled out of thin air. It reflects the high demand from collectors who prize these rare, pristine coins, combined with the fact that so few have survived in this condition. Think about it, a dime that you might have picked up as loose change could be more valuable than many investments people make. It's a reminder that sometimes, treasures hide in the most ordinary places. Now, if you want to find out whether your dime is one of these rare examples, start by examining it carefully. Look for the D mint mark below the date, that tells you it was minted in Denver. Then, check the surface for scratches, wear, or dulling. If your dime shines with sharp details and looks untouched, it's worth getting a closer expert opinion. And even if you don't have one of the rare, flawless coins, the 1983 D Roosevelt dime is still a fascinating piece of history. It represents a time in our country's past, an era of precision minting, and a tribute to a president who overcame adversity. So next time you dig into your pocket or empty your change jar, don't just glance over your dimes. Take a moment to appreciate what you might be holding. Because sometimes, the smallest objects carry the biggest surprises, and the 1983 D Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of that. The next coin we're diving into might look like just another dime to most people, but for collectors and coin enthusiasts, it's a gem waiting to be discovered, the 1991 P1 dime. This isn't your everyday pocket change. It's a coin that tells a story of precision, rarity, and the subtle magic that happens when history meets chance. At first glance, the 1991 P dime appears straightforward, minted in Philadelphia, bearing the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, a design that has graced American dimes since 1946. But beneath this familiar face lies a story that makes this particular dime one of the most fascinating finds for collectors today. Unlike many coins minted in large quantities, the 1991 P dime is distinguished by a combination of factors that set it apart. To understand its significance, you first need to grasp the environment in which it was created. The early 1990s marked a period of careful craftsmanship and changes in minting technology. The Philadelphia Mint was buzzing with activity, producing millions of coins for circulation, but amid this mass production, certain coins were struck with exceptional quality, coins that would later captivate collectors. What makes the 1991 P dime truly special is its rarity and flawless condition. Over time, most coins experience wear and tear, their details fading as they pass from hand to hand. But a small number of these dimes survived untouched, preserving every fine line of Roosevelt's profile, every letter of the inscriptions, and the intricate details on the reverse side featuring the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. Imagine holding a coin where the details pop off the surface, Roosevelt's expression, the folds in his coat, the delicate torch flame all perfectly preserved. These are the coins that whisper stories from decades past, that seem almost alive in their brilliance. And it's this level of preservation that makes the 1991 P dime a standout. But rarity alone doesn't tell the full story. Coin enthusiasts often talk about the eye appeal of a coin, a term that captures how visually striking a coin is. The 1991 P dime, in its best state, exhibits a lustrous sheen and balanced contrast that collectors find irresistible. This coin isn't just old, it's a small piece of art, frozen in time with a beauty that defies its humble origins. Another layer to this coin's story lies in the subtle variations and minting anomalies that experts pore over. Sometimes, the tiniest imperfection or difference can transform a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. With the 1991 P dime, certain specimens show minute variations in strike quality, mint mark positioning, or metal composition that add an extra layer of intrigue and value. Collectors are always on the lookout for these nuances because they represent the unexpected twists in the story of coin production. Each of these dimes carries a unique fingerprint from the minting process, making every coin a little different. When you find one that hits all the right marks, rare, pristine condition with intriguing variations, you've uncovered something truly remarkable. It's also worth noting that the 1991 P dime came at a time when the U.S. Mint was still using the classic copper-nickel clad composition, a mix that many collectors prefer over newer metals. This composition gives the coin a distinctive feel and sound that only adds to its charm. As the years have passed, demand for well-preserved 1991 P dimes has grown steadily. Collectors appreciate not just the coin's design and history but also the rarity of finding one in such pristine condition. This has pushed the coin's value steadily upward, turning what once might have been just a dime into a sought-after treasure. The 1991 dime is a perfect example of how even the most common coins can hold unexpected value, if you know what to look for. It's a reminder that history is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for the curious and the patient to discover it. So, how do you know if your dime could be one of these rare specimens? Start by looking for the P mint mark, located on the obverse side, just beside the date. This tells you it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, examine the coin's condition closely. Is the surface shiny, with no signs of wear or scratches? Do the details seem crisp and fresh? If so, you might be holding a coin that deserves a second look from a professional. Even if your coin isn't flawless, the 1991 dime still represents a fascinating chapter in the story of American coinage. It stands as a tribute to a minting era that valued quality and precision and honors a president whose legacy continues to inspire. What's truly amazing is how a simple coin like this can carry such a powerful connection to the past, bridging decades with every detail it holds. It's not just about monetary worth, it's about preserving a piece of history that tells a story few stop to notice. And here's the moment you've been waiting for, the coin value. The rare, pristine 1991 1 dime can be worth as much as $62,000. So next time you come across a 1991 dime, don't just toss it in your pocket. Take a closer look. Because what seems like a small piece of change might just be a hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. If you come across a 1991 dime, whether tucked away in a jar, slipped between couch cushions, or mixed in with other coins, don't overlook it. Take a moment to inspect it carefully. Sometimes the most valuable treasures are hidden in the most ordinary places. Even if it doesn't turn out to be the rare flawless specimen, simply appreciating its story and craftsmanship connects you to a legacy far greater than its small size. Next up, we're spotlighting a coin that proves even the most modern pieces of change can pack a serious surprise, the 2002 Roosevelt dime. Now, when most people think of rare coins, they picture something old, worn, and historical. But sometimes, rarity doesn't come from age, it comes from a mistake. And that's exactly what makes this dime so fascinating. At first glance, the 2002 dime looks like any other coin you'd get back in change at the grocery store. It's clean, relatively recent, and stamped with the familiar D mint mark from the Denver Mint. But what sets this one apart isn't its age or its shine, it's a rare error that transforms it from an everyday coin into a hidden gem worth thousands. Mint errors happen more often than most people think, but only a small percentage make it out into circulation. Most are caught during quality checks, but every now and then, a flawed coin slips through, and that's where things get interesting. The 2002 dime is known to exist with a dramatic misstrike, a significant off-center error, a missing clad layer, or in some extreme cases, a misaligned die strike that distorts Roosevelt's face or shifts the design off the planchet. These kinds of errors aren't just curiosities, they're collectible gold for numismatists. The stranger and cleaner the mistake, the more valuable the coin becomes. Imagine pulling a dime from your pocket and realizing Roosevelt's face is only halfway on the coin. That's not damage, that's a mint error, and it's a big deal. The value of an error coin depends on how rare and dramatic the mistake is. A barely noticeable blemish might only raise eyebrows, but a full-fledged off-center strike, especially one in excellent condition, can make collectors take out their wallets fast. What makes the 2002 error dime stand out is that some of these flawed coins have surfaced in remarkably pristine condition, untouched by circulation and still showing strong luster and detail, despite the striking error. Finding one is like discovering a glitch in the matrix, something that shouldn't exist but does. And because it's from the modern era, people often overlook it. That's what gives this coin its under-the-radar status. It's hiding in plain sight, and unless you're really paying attention, you'd never guess you're holding something truly rare. The Roosevelt dime has been minted for decades, and while earlier years are filled with historical weight, modern coins like this 2002 remind us that minting mistakes can happen in any era. The key difference now is that coins are produced in such massive volumes, errors are even harder to find, because quality control is tighter than ever. That makes each surviving error from this period a little more special. Collectors chase these error coins not just for their rarity, but for the story they tell, a story of how even in a tightly controlled, high-tech process, something unexpected can still sneak through. That's the charm of the 2002 D-Error dime. It captures a moment where machinery and human oversight briefly slipped, leaving behind a one-of-a-kind result. So how do you know if you found one? First, check the mint mark. It should be a D for Denver. Then, look closely at the coin's design. Is Roosevelt's face off-center? Is the rim incomplete or unusually wide on one side? Do you notice odd distortions, or is the outer layer of the coin missing, exposing a copper-colored core? If the coin looks wrong in a very specific way, and still appears uncirculated, you might just have something extraordinary. Even small errors can catch attention, but the big ones? They can change the way you see pocket change forever. Some collectors even build entire collections around mint error coins because of how unpredictable and unique each piece is. No two are ever exactly alike, and that kind of uniqueness carries value. And here's something most people don't realize: mint error coins often gain value faster than regular collectibles, especially when their existence is limited and unpredictable. The 2002 D-Error dime is a modern example of how even coins from this century can become future classics. It's a reminder that you don't have to go digging through ancient coin rolls. Sometimes, the jackpot is already in your coin jar. Take a moment to flip through your dimes, especially the ones that look slightly off or strange. If it catches your eye and feels unusual, it's worth a second look. Coin collecting is part skill, part luck, and every collector dreams of that one perfect find. This could be yours. And now, the part you've been waiting for, let's talk numbers. A rare 2002 D Roosevelt dime with a major mint error, preserved in high-grade condition, has reached an impressive coin value of $45,000. Yes, $45,000. For a coin you could have easily passed over as just another dime. This incredible value isn't just a number. It reflects the coin's rarity, its outstanding condition, and the passion of collectors who recognize its significance. So next time you come across a 2002 D dime, don't just toss it into your change pile. Give it a closer look. You just might be holding a modern treasure that defies expectations. That wraps up our look at 3 incredible dimes that prove real value can be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed today's video and want to keep uncovering hidden coin treasures with us, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Your support means the world to us and helps keep this channel growing, one coin at a time. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next rare coin might already be in your pocket.